Are you having an affair? My mother-in-law constantly suspects me of cheating, and my husband won't back me up. Turns out he's the one who's been unfaithful. Fuming with rage, I've decided to get my revenge. All my plans are set. Now, all that's left is to wait for New Year's Day. The countdown to my husband's downfall begins now. I am Evelyn. Right now, I'm wrestling with a dilemma. It's about my husband, Lucas, and his parents, particularly my mother-in-law. She's overly anxious and constantly suspects me of infidelity. There's a reason she's so neurotic about cheating. Apparently, Lucas's brother Gordon was cheated on by his wife. Ever since his wife's betrayal, Gordon's personality has changed and he's been on edge. Ultimately, the infidelity led to Gordon's divorce. Since then, Gordon has become distrustful of women and remains single. His career, once thriving, took a hit. He became increasingly absent from work and eventually quit. The cheating sent Gordon's life into a downward spiral. Learning from this experience, mother-in-law is excessively worried that Lucas might face the same fate. Come to think of it, even before we got married, mother-in-law did a background check on me. Using a private investigator, she looked into my reputation and asked my friends and colleagues if there were any rumors or bad news about me. My friends and colleagues were bewildered as a suspicious person suddenly started asking about me. I remember how uncomfortable it was to explain why people were suddenly inquiring about me. Yet, mother-in-law's suspicions didn't end after we got married. Evelyn, I heard you came home late yesterday. What were you up to? I was working. Can you prove it? Is it okay if I ask your coworkers? What do you plan to ask my coworkers? Whether you're lying or not. Stop it, please. They'll get the wrong idea again. Well, if that's how it is, there's no helping it. You know smartphones can track locations now, right? Let's share our locations. If I say no, my mother-in-law might start calling my workplace every time I work late. There's nothing to hide, so why not? Reluctantly, I set up location sharing with my mother-in-law. And then the trouble started. Evelyn, what are you doing? She started calling me out of the blue more often. Mother-in-law, I have a meeting at a cafe with a client. A date in the entertainment district? Is it not with someone you're cheating with? Suspicious. The client's office is near here, so I chose this location. They're about to arrive, so I have to go. Every time I stray even slightly from work, she calls to check who I'm with and where. I couldn't take it anymore and consulted my husband. Lucas, can't we do something about your mom? She's really upset about what happened with my brother. Give her a break. My husband wouldn't take me seriously. Her behavior escalated. One day, I was in a meeting at a cafe when there she was outside the window, a face filled with rage. Mother-in-law? As soon as I noticed her, she came into the cafe. Evelyn, a date here? Alone? She saw my boss's wedding ring and exclaimed, Oh my God, he's married too! He's my boss! We had time before meeting the client, so we were going over things. I managed to calm her down, repeatedly apologized to my boss for the awkward situation, and left feeling exhausted. When I told Lucas about it later, he just laughed it off. Haha, Mom is so scatterbrained. Evelyn, maybe learn from this and stop meeting coworkers in public places? Lucas just warned me to be careful. On top of that, ever since this incident, she's been cold towards me. She suspects something between my boss and me. I ask Lucas for an explanation, but he offers no support. Lucas, can't you help me out a bit? You don't think I'm cheating, do you? He responded casually. Look, I don't think you're capable of that.
but my mom is sensitive to stuff like this. You're also at fault for giving her reasons to suspect.
What? I'm the one at fault. You're always avoiding the issue, Lucas. Think about how I feel, being dumped with this. As time went on, Lucas and I became more strained over how to deal with my mother-in-law. Perhaps to escape the toxic atmosphere at home, he started working late and increasingly came home past midnight. He seemed to be taking on business trips more willingly, making it hard to spend weekends together. My mother-in-law remained cold to me, refusing to clear up any misunderstandings. Worried about my low spirits, my best friend and colleague, Michaela, invited me out for tea. Evelyn, you okay? You haven't been yourself lately. Yeah, well... I poured my heart out to Michaela. I see. Even before you got married, she had background checks on you. If Lucas is away on business, why don't you come out with me to take your mind off things? Take my mind off things? Yeah, there's a place I've wanted to visit for a while. Michaela took me to a spot where people tie wishes written on paper to a tree, hoping they'll come true. It was a popular spot, bustling with couples. Look at this, Evelyn. What Michaela pointed at was a note hanging from a tree that read, I hope he leaves his wife soon and becomes mine. Heart. See, because people like this exist, your mother-in-law worries. Look, that couple over there wrote this. Michaela discreetly informed me. I looked at the couple standing some distance away, and my eyes widened. Lucas? What? There's no mistaking it. It was unmistakably him. The woman next to him had her arm around him in a familiar manner. But Lucas is supposed to be on a business trip, right? Yes, but I'm going to find out what's going on. Wait, Evelyn! Going on a business trip? Coming here and having that woman write down such a wish? You know what that means, don't you? That's why. Let's confront him right away. No, he'll just lie his way out of it. Whether we get back together with Lucas or break up, we should make sure he takes responsibility for his affair. That means we need evidence. Evidence? Michaela pulled out her phone and began taking pictures of the two. We should follow them. If we catch them going into a hotel together, that would be strong evidence. Suddenly, Michaela turned to me with a worried look. I may be getting carried away, but if you don't want to see it, Evelyn, go back to our room. I'll handle the rest. Michaela was both reliable and kind. I was thankful for her support. No, it's fine. I want to see this for myself. Bracing ourselves, we followed Lucas and the woman as they cozily entered a hotel. So he really is cheating. Yeah. The next day, I confronted Lucas after he returned home. Welcome back, Lucas. Where have you been?
Huh? On a business trip. I told you before I left, didn't I? Is the shower ready? I'm worn out from all the meetings.
Meetings?
Yeah, that's right. What about you? What did you do while I was away?
I was out with a friend.
Nice life you have there. Going out while your husband's at work. That's why my mother is suspicious of you.
I had had enough. Lucas criticized my actions without taking responsibility for his own. You were the one sneaking around having an affair while pretending to be on a business trip. Do you think I know nothing? The option to continue my married life with Lucas completely vanished from my thoughts. But I can't spill everything just yet. I need more evidence before filing for divorce. And so I began to take my revenge. First, I decided to reach out to Michaela to get those pictures we talked about. Michaela, I've made up my mind. I'm leaving Lucas. Okay, I've got your back, Evelyn. Thank you. After that, I continued to gather evidence of his cheating. Things like receipts from his dates and what's inside his cell phone. Specifically, text messages and photos with his affair partner. In the process, I even found out where his affair partner lives. Now, it's just a matter of when to confront him with all this evidence. Oblivious Lucas keeps talking to me as if everything is normal.
Evelyn, we're staying at my parents' place for New Year's Day again. Get a gift ready.
Alright.
Oh, and I'll be swamped with work on New Year's Eve, so I'll probably stay at the office. I'll head straight to my parents' house sometime in the afternoon on New Year's Day.
So, he's spending New Year's Eve with her now. As I stew over this, Lucas interrupts my thoughts.
Hey, are you listening? Don't slack off on the housework just because I'm not around. Write the New Year's cards like we usually do, under both our names.
That's it! New Year's cards! I get a brilliant idea. Yes, of course. I'll write them. This could work. Fueled by newfound determination, I write the New Year's cards and mail them out. With everything in place, I greet the new year feeling refreshed and head over to Lucas's parents' house on New Year's Day. Lucas should be arriving any time now. When I get there, I find his family already in an uproar. Apparently being confronted by his parents, Lucas spots me and starts yelling.
Evelyn, what on earth is going on with this New Year's card?
Holding the New Year's card, he questioned me. I answered him calmly. I just thought your daily life should be known to your family. That's all. Truth is, I had attached a photo of Lucas and his mistress on the New Year's card to his family. Daily life, you say? So, there are more pictures than this one, huh? Lucas, are you really cheating on her? As expected, his mother is furious. Given how much she hates cheating, this was bound to happen.
No way. That's not what's happening here.
My husband quickly tried to cover it up.
Like I said before, this is just a picture taken while I was with a coworker. Seriously, Evan, you like stirring the pot, don't you? Ha ha ha.
So he's still trying to dodge the bullet, huh? I laid out the evidence I had gathered in front of him. Can you explain all this evidence? His family members picked up each piece of evidence, their faces turning pale. I can't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. So the cheating is real, his mother said in a cold voice. You know how much I despise cheating, Lucas. You didn't just betray Evelyn. You betrayed all of us. You're no longer a part of this family. Don't show your face here again. Then his mother apologized to me in a soft voice. Evelyn, I'm sorry for doubting you all this time. The one who truly deserved suspicion was my own son. I'm ashamed as a parent. That's okay. I'm glad we cleared up the misunderstanding in the end. At my words, a downcast Lucas looked up.
In the end?
I handed him the divorce papers I had prepared. We're splitting up now. I'll be asking for compensation too. There's enough evidence here that you can't talk your way out of it. You have no right to say no anymore. And then Lucas snapped back defiantly.
Fine, you do whatever you want. I'm going to live my life too. I was planning on divorcing you anyway and marrying her. Her family is way wealthier than us, so being disowned won't matter to me at all.
Lucas immediately called her on the phone.
Hey, it's me. Get ready to celebrate. My wife just agreed to the divorce. We can get married now.
To our surprise, the voice on the other end of the phone yelled loud enough for us to hear. What? Are you kidding me? I'm in a mess right now because of that New Year's card you sent.
New Year's card? You can't be serious.
Lucas glared at me. I revealed everything, exactly as you suspected. While I was gathering evidence, I found out who your affair partner was. So I sent the same New Year's card to her. It had both our names on it, Lucas, just like you suggested. I'm sure her family got the message loud and clear, didn't they? Haha. It seemed Lucas and his affair partner had planned to tell her parents. Lucas is divorced, but we started dating after everything was finalized, so there's no issue. The voice on the other end was still shouting. My parents are furious. They're saying it's outrageous for me to date a married man. Forget about funding our marriage. They won't even let me go out freely anymore. This is all your fault. Never contact me again. I don't ever want to see your face. After being dumped by her, Lucas awkwardly muttered to me,
I guess young women are just too selfish and unreliable. I need someone stable like you, Evelyn. Let's start over.
Excuse me? What are you saying? Fed up with his ridiculous, self-centered logic, I finally snapped. Don't be an idiot. A cheater like you changing his ways is a lost cause. I have no intentions of ever reconciling with you. I sent the same New Year's card to my coworkers, so look forward to returning to work after the holidays. Without looking back at the trembling man, I walked out of Lucas's parents' home. After the holiday break, it finally seemed like Lucas got the full picture of my revenge plan. I sent New Year's cards to everyone we used to exchange them with. Only this time, the card featured a photo of Lucas and his affair partner. Naturally, the cards became the talk of the town when Lucas wasn't around, and word of his affair spread like wildfire throughout the company. Lucas's standing in the company started to wobble. The fallout even impacted our business relationships, resulting in a salary cut and a demotion for him. People have lost trust in him, and there's chatter that he'll be the first to go in the next round of layoffs. Even now, after our divorce, he's struggling to make the alimony payments. If he gets laid off, he won't be able to make those payments unless he takes on debt. I'm sure he'll come crying to me, but I have no intention of stopping the alimony demands. I'm so fed up with his attempts to contact me that I'm thinking of changing my phone number and handling all future communications through my lawyer. With the alimony I've received, I could even move out of my current home. This should finally sever all ties with Lucas. Once it was all over, I met up with Michaela to give her an update. Michaela, it's all over. Good job, Evelyn. You really pulled it off. I owe it all to you, Michaela. If you hadn't stopped me back then, I would have confronted Lucas on the spot. Without evidence, I wouldn't have been able to claim alimony, and people at mother-in-law and the company might never have known the truth. Well, to be honest, I didn't think you'd go this far, Evelyn. To socially ostracize your own husband like this? Wow. I mean, he really pissed me off. Any man who marries you is in for a ride, Evelyn. We'll need to warn your next husband. Whatever you do, don't cheat. Honestly, I think I'm good without marriage for a while. What are you saying? The real revenge on that guy won't be complete until you're happy. Come on, let's go. With that, Michaela whisked me away. Where are we? She'd brought me to the wishing tree, the same place where Lucas's affair had come to light. It's a place where you tie a written wish to a tree, and it's said to come true. We didn't make proper wishes last time, and look at me, still single. So this time, Evelyn, we're going to make some proper wishes. I chuckled. This place does seem to have some power. Remember the wish his affair partner made about him leaving me? It kind of came true. Michaela laughed. You're too self-deprecating, Evelyn. Being with Michaela lifts my spirits and makes me see things in a better light. Together, we wrote on a piece of paper, may we find partners who are faithful and genuine. We tied the paper to the tree and laughed. Time to put my past with Lucas behind me. My real revenge will be living a happy life. With renewed resolve, we left the wishing tree behind.